How do you replace an icon like the Defender? It's a conundrum that Land Rover has been trying to find the answer to for, well, decades really. And after months and months of trailing details, static reveals and motor show launches, we're finally here in Namibia to drive the all-new Defender. So let's see what it's like. But first, a bit of context. Back in 1948, the Wilkes brothers, in charge of Rover at the time, used rationed raw materials and set about building a vehicle for export to every corner of the globe, bringing some much needed cash back to a war-ravaged United Kingdom. And so the Land Rover was born. After years of development, the series cars, as they were known, evolved into the Defender in '83, with Land Rover's most famous model going out of production back in 2016. So, this all-new, all-important car is only the second generation of Defender. And given Land Rover's current financial situation, there's plenty riding on it for the brand. I'll level with you. Our 3-day epic exploration has almost been exclusively off-road. But what better way to show off the Defender's capabilities than an off-road test? It's crawled over rocks, gone through riverbeds and tackled sand dunes, and anything we've thrown at it, it's taken in its stride. It is a brilliantly capable machine. And that is the Defender spirit. So don't worry too much about the numbers, the 0 to 60 times. What you really need to know is the Defender feels fun. And fun isn't always about going fast. Straight away, the car's personality feels like it's captured what the Defender name is about. Being able to tough it out on the rough stuff, digging deep and getting you through. The move to a monocoque chassis has meant massive improvements in rigidity, helped by a magnesium crosscar beam. The grab handles are mounted to this structure, so when you cling on to climb aboard, it feels solid. It's matched by a choice of powertrains that feel brawny enough and suit the car's character too. There's the P400 straight-six petrol engine on this launch, and this D240 we're in now. The petrol's really sweet, it sounds nice, it's got loads of grunt to lug you out of any situation. And this D240 is a real surprise. It's the old Ingenium engine, but with lots of new technologies, it's been updated, so actually it's the most refined installation pretty much in any JLR product. For such a big, weighty car, the Defender feels nicely agile. Okay, on loose surfaces it does move around a bit, but you can sense here that the steering's quick, but it doesn't compromise stability when you're off-roading, and that going through corners, the car takes a nice set. There's clearly been a lot of work gone into the underpinnings of this thing, and it's really come to fruition. But the engineering improvements aren't just limited to the metal and mechanicals. It's true that the Defender has gone more upmarket, but it's had to. It's had to move with the times. For every traditional Defender buyer Land Rover might lose, it'll gain plenty more looking for what the new car offers. One massive area of improvement with this car is the onboard tech. There's a new infotainment system, and of course you use that to control Land Rover's terrain response system, which is brilliant, and we'll come on to that in a moment. But also it's the way it's integrated into the cabin. From the very first Land Rovers right the way through to the late Defenders, everything was about function. Everything in the car had to have a purpose, and you sense that with the new Defender. Take this ledge that runs behind the screen. It's great for storage, and it just really echoes what the Defender's about. We're in one with a 6-seater layout, so you can pop the middle seat up as well, and you've got loads of space for all the family. So to help the packaging, we've got the gear lever nice and close to the steering wheel and the climate controls here. Above is that 10-inch screen, which you use to control everything. We've got the terrain response system, so at the moment we're in auto, but you've got mud ruts, snow, sand, and you can really sense the slight change in attitude when you select the different modes in the Defender. The tech adjusts the engine map, the gearbox settings, the stability and traction control, and the throttle setup depending on what mode you're in. But that auto program means the car just figures out for itself what surface it's on. So all you have to do is point it over, round, or through whatever is in front of you. In Land Rovers of the past, this has mostly been controlled by a dial, but the new touchscreen has unlocked some potential here. One massive improvement is the speed of response. It's fair to say that Jaguar Land Rover's infotainment systems of the past haven't quite been the best on the market, but this car shows a real improvement. And with the connected tech, your Defender could be better down the line than when you originally bought it. That's because your car will send back data to Land Rover, so it can work on updates and fixes for bugs, as well as info on how you drive. With over-the-air updates beamed to your car in the future, think of it like a smartphone, with more functionality and features added, or that's Land Rover's plan. It's just one part of what's evolved the Defender into a thoroughly modern 21st century vehicle. But despite improving the car in pretty much every area, it still managed to encapsulate some of that spirit that defined the brand from the start more than 70 years ago. That's important, really important, and it's inextricably linked to the car's off-road performance. For anyone that might have been thinking the Defender had gone soft, think again. Click on the video windows to watch a walk-around video of the all-new Land Rover Defender and a review of the classic V8 engined Defender Works. You can click on the play icon to watch our latest video, and don't forget to hit our logo to subscribe.